So then we go to Professor, we go to Sheila, and then we do our closing remark. Thank you.
Well, good evening, Kenyans, and happy Mother's Day to all mothers on this platform. I have this to share just to address the state of the nation and IEBC. I'm glad that the three previous speakers, that is Hannah, Anthony, and Redemptor, touched on something that I had planned to talk about. So in that sense, they added flesh on my points. The state of Kenya, we started at a point of information. We realized that the government of the day is taking a wrong direction, and we decided to speak out. The information reached people through different social media platforms. There are those of us who attended Bunge la Wananchi, and there are those of us who organized in different spaces on the ground to make sure that Kenyans understand the issues, especially the finance bill. So we shared information on a particular issue, and we got a result. It started by saying finance bill must be rejected. It was rejected successfully. Secondly, we came to realize that indeed Ruto is a worst leader for the country. There were 14 points that were shared as to reasons as to why Ruto must go. Top on the list was disregard to rule of law. We succeeded until Ruto himself came to the people and told the people that I concede defeat. Therefore, you have won. The next point was Ruto must go. And we have solved that issue until everywhere I go, you ask people, who do you think we should vote as the next president? Some people just tell you, of course, I will not vote Ruto, but still I don't know. But some of them say, at least someone they think should be voted. But as we speak, majority still do not know who they are going to vote. So we also won on Ruto must go. What I think, the world is continuing and Kenya is not at a standstill. The date for the next election is obviously coming, whether we prepare or not. We've done a lot of work keeping, communicating, and educating people on platforms like this. But where are we really headed to? I think a time came that we had to start organizing. At this point, I really advise us to intentionally move to the next step, organize to take political power. It's very unfortunate that the state of of the nation currently, we are at a situation whereby everybody who was passionately on this platform, who made sure that Kenyans are informed so that we win on reject finance bill, we win on making Kenyans believe that Ruto must go. Right now, we are against any person who comes out and they speak, they are ready to take political power. We are against them. We find ourselves branding people, project, a sellout, and many kinds of adjectives that we give them. Also, I believe that as we organize to take political power, we need to start campaigning. And we campaign on issues so that at the end of the day, we also win on one point that I'm very passionate about. If at all for the first time, the people of Kenya could made a finance bill to be rejected. If at all for the first time, people of Kenya, just before 3 years in power, can agree that Ruto must go. Why can't we agree that drain the swamp is possible? Why can't we agree that it is possible to reset this nation? Why can't we agree that we can campaign on this issue and make Kenyans believe that indeed we must never take more from these political elites, these tribal kingpins that have made us to go through a vicious cycle, that always in election, we have to choose between the worst and the bad. I believe that where we stand right now and what we should focus on as Kenyans, informed Kenyans, especially now on this platform, we must identify a candidate that we believe can can transform this country and campaign for them passionately until we succeed. I also urge us, why is it that we can't come on this platform and tell each of us, me as Redemptor, I think this is the person that can transform this country. We are at a level whereby we have to identify a leader. And if we don't do that as soon as now, then we will just be caught off guard and we'll elect the same people. Myself, I am asking you Kenyans, what do we find wrong in the person of Okiya Omtatah? Because for a fact, we have said that we do not want the politicians that have always been around, that pulls us to our tribes so that we make decisions based on our feelings, based on through a brainwashed mindset. What is wrong with the person of Okiya Omtatah? So I'm just starting by giving an example. Personally, I believe that Okiya Omtatah, when he takes power, he can transform this country because he believes on the rule of law and he has proven it. He has also proven that he's a person of integrity. He has also talked about the debt crisis that obviously is one of the key issues that is making Kenya not to make steps. He has also talked on industrialization. All these factors are possible. Why can't we believe in the person of Maraga? And why can't we have a discussion where when you present your candidate, then we can just question, why do you think this person is better and this person is not better? After we are done with that, we can agree to walk out and speak to Kenyans on the ground and embrace these new voices, these youthful people that are coming on board to at least help change the direction of Kenyan politics. I believe it is possible. Why are we mark timing? Why are we not in agreement that such a person can take leadership of the country and so that we transform this country? So that is generally where I'm ending. And I hope going forward, I hope going forward, we can start having a conversation on who is going to be the next president of Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Professor, the mic is yours. 2 minutes, please. And we are doing a closing remark. And then we bounce back to Sheila. And then we just cycle to the panelists for closing remark. Thank you.